Good afternoon. So our content this time is taken from Ecclesiastes 1:1. That's the words of the teacher, son of David, king of Jerusalem. Right, thank you. And Ecclesiastes 1:2, and it's stated very clearly, meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless, everything is meaningless. Ecclesiastes 1:14, I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless. All are chasing after the wind. To be honest with you folks, good afternoon. Supposedly, this is my real feelings on for the month of August 18 after I was all my after Saint Michael Archangel invaded in me and he debasted me and all my division office, Department of Education, division office in Bayon City, all of them, my supervisor, superintendents, principals, my co-workers, they are all coming over in my house because they found out. Even my during this time, I have some friend. I have a not really special friend. I had a friend, and then he found out. He found it out after I was posted the last really exposing expose of what I had been through in the afterlife, especially in the Hades and Purgatory and Calvary. Especially it's more on Hades. They all concerned, and they even deleted that posting on my Facebook account. Anyway, so why I said our content this afternoon is taken, and it's all about meaningless life. So especially in my case, what could I say? My life is meaningless. To be honest with you, folks, it's meaningless. Why? I found out the truth, the main reason of salvation. I found the meaning of life, and at the end of the day, I will be leading to the main reason, that meaning, within 2017 and 2019, my very main concern during this time is to either really to get married with the old man, and though he says government wasn't helping me, and at the same time I also, even his family, so they're not helping me as well. And then also his family was so against me. Everything was aftering their money. And then the second one is even the Roman Catholic churches, meaning, the priests, the nuns, we are living on top of the hospital for almost 2 years. Meaning, I see the nuns, they heard my stories. They are the management. They knew that there is a widow on the second floor of the hospital, that we are hostage, we are on hold because we don't have money. Even myself, I was really totally bumped out. I don't know anything. That's why, I mean, I always listen to what other peoples are suggesting me, and then turn out also like adoption of baby. Really, meaning, I was planning for that. I talked to my relatives. It turned out nothing put together, that at the end of the day, when the old man will reach his limitations of his life, I can reach what is my main goal in life, which is I wanted that when he died, me myself, either I will be in a right tune, meaning to say I can sleep well because he already come to an end, where meaning, I already prepare everything for him in order for him to be with God. And supposedly, if you guys are so, meaning, paying attention on me, it's more on concern on them. I even forgot about, I even judge my old man that he was a sinner. That's why he was having the craniosome, something like that. So it's really, thank you, Dai, for the coffee. So yeah, so that's why so my life is not meaningless then. I have coffee, I have my relatives sending me coffee. So meaningless, well, death. So death, meaningless. A life will become meaningless if and only if the person that died left you with. But I will not blame anything with Michael, even with his fear. I think he has some mental sickness about marriage. Anyway, so letter B, died from rape, killed, shots, homicides, and suicides. Died from wars. Died from accident, where you as a person knew how to prevent yourself, especially road accident like overspeeding, and then not wearing what helmets for motorcycles. So died from calamities, died from typhoons or human errors. All of them can be prevented by humans. So not so really. I'm so focusing on died from accident, especially like Michael. He got stroke. So it's what is that then? And then the rest, when you die with you, no one can also say they died on calamities. It's meaning, especially for COVID, like many people. That's why I'm so afraid. And I realized, nah, it's that there is virus going on. How come you guys just exposing yourself? You're not preventing. When it's a physical distancing. If you get vaccines. If you get injections. If you are told to stay at home, stay at home. What's wrong with that? So that's why it's life is not, it's meaningless when you die that you aren't ready. Okay, died from serious sickness and diseases. Blame it yourself. Government, blame it to the government, blame it to science, blame it also to religion, and blame it with, sometimes you can blame it to God, because sometimes the diseases and sickness, it's God's will. So next is overall self-assessment, since we are all have brains, have an education background. So not meaning, you can say it's not really meaningless, isn't it? But for me, when you die, so many people are so many religious people are wanted to go to heaven. Sir, ma'am, where is that place? That's why I'm so mocking and so where is that place anyway? And then for me, if there is heaven, I've been to heaven, I've been so many heavens. It's so lonely over there. And especially even Jesus was telling us all that I will reserve you a room in the kingdom of God. So imagine that he will be preparing us a room. So meaning to say, we will be staying in similar rooms. Of course, I totally agree when I went there that the rooms are different. Also, it varies. So life is it will be mean, to be honest with you folks. I feel regressions because I really try harder so much, that meaning, family of Michael also told me that, meaning, Luchi, give him mercy killing, something like that, or anything that is uh, caused him to die in a painless situations or painless medicine whatsoever. Never. I really, even in the last minute, that's why I went with him. So who can say meaningless life? Meaningless when you drop everything, because especially in my case, that I drop everything within me, because deep inside my mind, I wanted my old man to be with God and to be able to be saved. And now that I got it, nothing. It's just nothing. I will be just blogging on YouTube, and no one even viewing it, because meaning to say, no one is concerned. Okay, so meaningless life is meaningless when you die. That they will just say, your family will just say, my partner or my husband or my wife, he is already in heaven. And for me, it's okay to say that if meaning, you're done with your kind of you already reaches the top most dreams of your life, especially if you have children, you got that. So for me also, meaning, to be honest with you folks, I'm so happy with my life. If I don't have debts, if I the death of Michael didn't leave me with 1.5 million pesos, if he doesn't leave me with that amount, and then he reincarnated back. You know what? It's a very successful story in my life. But I guess there is a purpose for that, because knowing he is American, and he's telling me his rule number one is marriage and having children. In general, marriage and having children is after his money. So what kind of culture and teaching of that, of being a Catholic man and being raised in the United States of America, where all the born again founders of churches are hailed from that place, and then the result of the man that come to me in the Philippines say to me that, although that's why, meaning, people can say, oh, you know what, you can leave him or drop him, he was old, something like that. But at the end of the day, I was kind of, I think it aroused also my curiosity. Although at the end of the day, I really love him. To be honest with you folks, that's why I think the reason why Michael was there was a courtship around me before the marriage, and it turned out I thought it's just spirit of my late meaning ex-boyfriend. And then to be honest with you folks, I was the one courting my old man. He was happy with he was totally done with his life before we met, but I was so insisted that I really like him. Last full woman. I really love him. Who cares? So anyway, but to be honest with you, life is meaningless when you are dead. That's why all of the spirits wanted to reincarnated back, and fully aware. I think it's more on you know what's the goal in life of all the religious leaders, I think, but they don't know about that. Like in my goal, when I die, I accepted the death life, but when I die, I want to be aware that I was dead, I was dying, I was dead, and at the same time I want to go back and say, look at my mom and say, hey mom, I'm here. So something like that. Basically, guys, that's really my main purpose in life. That's why I really dropped everything. It's like I invested everything to Michael. Whatever knowledge I had, I really give it to all to him, because that's what really my personal goal in life. So as a very religious woman, and probably I'm Encanto. I am an Encanto. So they were asking me, life is not meaningless, isn't it? So it isn't. It isn't. Especially for me, especially if you have a special someone in your life and very supportive and really understand what your goal, especially like me. I'm strange. No, I'm not strange. I'm just a normal person with a heart full of love and a heart that is full of everything has meaning. So why you guys so wanted to go dead? Meaning, we must enjoy our life. What's wrong with that? And it's the government are stopping all to make all the people happy, and it's just money. That's why I said, you know what? When I got an authority in the society, I really slap all the government leaders. I'm not anti-government, but for real, gonna slap all of them. It's like, and all the religious. If I given a chance to really face to face like my president, I guess. No, I love my president, but all the president in the and leaders all over the world are and all of the aspirants, I will tell them, you know what, folks, you're just you don't like to see your citizens happy. You are all greedy. And then you will all the people also the religious leaders, they are so always about aftering God, aftering God, aftering God. Oh, here's the person that already reincarnated back, and the wife, supposedly I'm the wife now, I'm the wife is really new and everything, so very sensitive, even if my goodness I have two boyfriends. And then imagine that I'm promoting my old man. So it's really amazing, it's really amazing, huh? So now is uh we will talk about a spiritual life. So spirits, as we all know the meaning spirits, that's why I think that's why they are so very really into human being, because supposedly they like to help us, but most of the people they are calling at them, so they are coming to them, but at the end of the day they will be calling us demons. So you guys have to discern properly of all your faiths and your fastings and all your rituals. So spiritual life, so next time I will be talking about spiritual life. Okay, so life is, for me, to be honest with you folks, life is meaningless to me because I got debts, and debts for me is I really, if I get, that's why I really thinking now that hopefully many people also like, please guys, views naman my YouTube channel. So I really don't know about, but my topic is so sensitive, it's salvation. So for me as well, I don't like to people like me, anyone to be saved, and then at the end of the day they will just supposedly guys, I really like to take suicide, because what's the meaning of my life then? I got my man saved, myself, even myself, I think I can consider, no, I'm not saved yet, but my man saved, he saved all the deads, and meaning, there's a pandemic all over the earth. Turn out there's no even rewards. It's better in the school, there is graduation, and there is highest honors, high honors, valedictorian, salutatorian, but in the faith, my goodness, it's like endless argument, Because yeah, Ecclesiastes is correct. We are all chasing the wind, and I got the wind, spirit of the wind. So life is meaningless, isn't it? No, it's not.